Hi, so you can see right there, we are planning on doing the Ccc Trail. This is inside of Palo Duro Canyon for our last time. You can see it says you are here. Just take the little red trail right down and back. This is supposed to be a difficult trail, 1.43 miles as you can see it says there. So 2.86 round trip, difficult 500 foot elevation loss and then gain. And this is the whole thing. Then we're going to go down after we finish this, do this Paseo del Rio, which is an easy trail, 1.03 miles, and shouldn't take very long at all. And then we'll be done. That will be the end of all of this. So, from the looks of it, even though they haven't marked it. Oh, and by the way, today is Monday, the 7th day of May, 2018. It's 8:45 in the morning. And down here, there is no sign so far for this trail. Down here they do have the, because I went and checked this out looking for the name of the trail. But then they've got the thermometer and the, little safety tips, taking water and sunscreen hat and blah, 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 all that stuff. And then the sanitation thing, I guess, is what it is. Well, actually, it's for sunscreen. So there you go. According to that, it's here. Claims about 69 degrees, but according to the car, it's 73. But you see the trail goes right through here. You see the trail down through there. And so we'll be taking that and trying to figure this whole thing out. But this is the canyon. So let's start down here and see.
I guess just the lookout down there.
That's what I'm wanting to see, because I see a trail over there. So I'm wondering if this goes out and all the way around. I mean, it looks like it does. Not greatly marked, it's not marked at all. We finally have something to verify. Yeah, here. See that down there? I don't know if you can see it on the bottom part, it's got green, then up it's orange, and then it's more closer to a white type color, at least a lighter beige. But right here, finally, CCC, 0.1. So we've come 1/10 of a mile before they even tell you that you're on this trail. So, kind of crazy. You can step up in here. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Very good. Then these rocks down here from this side. Ooh, great big step down here, man. All right, and more steps. If you follow me on these trails, you know the steps are my favorite. It's a very thin trail, so it's not wide at all. But I'll go ahead and stop this, and as we run across stuff, I'll bring it up. So I'll see you in the next clip. Alright, so we've come a few tenths or so. We haven't seen a sign in a little bit actually, but anyway. This is an overlook we're at. Here, this is looking over it. Straight down, so that should give you somewhat of a view. And up there is where the car is and the sign for this and the beginning of this trail. So that's looking through here in these trees. And then the trail goes back over here and this way. So we're just making our way down. And like I told you, one way, this trail is only 1.43 miles one way, so 2.86 total with a 500-foot elevation drop. So at some point here we got to go down, and then of course we have to turn around and then come back up and have an elevation gain of 500. So we'll just keep walking, see what we can see. Show you my overlook there as we pass by. And you can see the trail here. It's a very thin trail, a little bit rocky through here. And we'll see what we can see on the next go around. Alright, so we're going to abandon the Ccc Trail. We have come along several different areas. There is absolutely nothing marked. We have not seen anything since it said 2 tenths, and I guarantee you we've gone, I don't know, at least 6 or 7 tenths of a mile on very rough little trails. And this one, I mean, you can see what looks like a little partial trail right down here, but then beyond that tree, it seems to disappear, and you look through there, I don't even see a sign of a trail. So we've run into already way too many frustrations of this one. So we're going to abandon this and turn around and go back. So sadly, we will not finish the Ccc Trail and see these 4 historic bridges and everything else. So we will we'll see you on the next and the final trail. All right. So guess what we found? We've come most of the way back, and just by mistake, I happened to find another trail and come down it a little piece, and you can see now it says CCC 0.3. So we're going to try to just do this one and cut out the Paseo del Rio. It is now 9:33, so the time on this trail ain't going to count for anything. But anyway, this means we've got 1.13 miles to go to the bottom. So now we're going to try this and see if we can actually finally do this last difficult trail. And as I just said, we're going to cut out the other trail we were planning, the Paseo del Rio. It's an easy trail right beside the road, and we're sure it's going to be like the Juniper trails of the other day, that as you saw that video already. If you've been following along with my videos, then and you know that was an extremely boring trail. There was just literally nothing on it for seeing. So we're just assuming, because the Paseo del Rio just goes down and ends where that one starts, so we think it'll be the same thing. Alright, so anyway, we're going to finish this trail, and now that we're back on track, and then I'll show you things as we go along. Alright, so just understand that the CCC Trail is very poorly marked from the beginning, and it's tricky, let me tell you. It's very, very tricky. Anyway, here's our view from off to the side. Show you the trail up close down here. You can see it's pretty rocky and pretty thin. This whole trail has been very thin. So here's what looks like some sort of a stake. I guess just holding. Yeah, it's just helping to hold this stuff up here. All right, so I'll just get right here, show you just a little bit of an overlook, and then we'll head on. Alright, so we have finally come across our first bridge. And again, there's supposed to be 4 of these things. So we just crossed a half a mile, just right behind us back there, about 50 feet. And this is going to be bridge number 1 of 4. You can see this is a trail up here. Be going across in a minute. And then down here is where the water obviously runs through here when it does rain. So this is bridge number 1, and we finally are on the right track. So I will go. Wow, this goes on around. So you can see this is the overlook. Now this is pretty nice here. And if you go up this way, look, it's like a little shelter here. In case it rained or something, you needed some shade. And then look, you got this big place here. You got a big seat up here. And then right here, I don't want to get too close, but there, show you the drop off. Straight down, I'm sure. I'll see this when I'm editing it, but I ain't going to see it now. And in fact, you can see right back here how rocky and cliffy this is. There's a giant rock down there, literally about the size of a small house. And this is the overview. All right, so now we're finally getting somewhere. We're finally getting something to see. All right, so stick with me and we'll keep going. All right, so you can see we're right here at this sign, CCC 0.7. That means we got 0.73 miles to go. So we're basically halfway, just under 3/4 of a mile. You can see there's this sign right here. So when we're coming back, it says Ccc Trail, trailhead 3/4 of a mile to the left. That is the way that we came right there. All right, then right here, you see this sign says Ccc Trail, amphitheater 3/4 of a mile to the right. Now it does show that there is a trail here to the left. But according to the map, the Ccc Trail does end down there by the amphitheater. So we have to go this way. And you can see down here, hopefully you can still hear me talking, this wind's awful strong. They put a little bench right down here as well for people that want to sit down. And I think the trail goes through there. But let's just take a quick gander at this bench here. There went a lizard. This says, in memory of Fred Rathjen, historian and educator, by partners in Palo Duro Canyon Foundation. So they made that out of really nice stone. And then over here, you can see we've got us a little bit of an overlook again. So there is that. Okay. And then there's a dome building up there about the middle of the screen, way up there on the rim. It's very small. And then you can see one of the cabins, hopefully you can, right in here. At least part of them, see 2 windows. That's built right on the cliff. I know there's three of those, I believe. That's around the rim here, that you can actually rent and stay in overnight. So that's the view. The trail goes that way. So we'll head on up and I'll show you the next thing. All right, we just passed the 8/10 mark, so we got just under 2/3 of a mile to go. But again, here's our view. You can see a lot of the colors down in here. This is actually prettier. And hopefully you can see up here on the rim more of that cabin there actually to rent. And then over there, about halfway your screen, way up on that rim up there, is some little white dome looking building or something. So not sure about what that is, but anyhow, not too bad of a view. And there's the view back up this little canyon. So we've got that. So we'll keep going and see what we can see. All right, see up there, that's the road coming down the canyon that you've seen us drive before. And it comes down, this is a little part of it. You can see one of the S-curves right there. And then there's a group pavilion, I know, down there. And then on out this way is the, well, there's a campground down there. Then there's a gift store somewhere down. Yeah, it's down below those trees. It's just hard to see from here. Actually, that might even be the stables there, I'm thinking. But anyhow, we have a sign right down here. I will show you that. And here you go. We have come 1 mile now finally on this trail. So we got 0.43 to go. So just over 4/10 of a mile. And we'll have this finished one way, and then of course we have to turn around and come all the way back, because this is an in and out trail. Alright, so there's that. You can see school buses and stuff down there. There are literally school buses that come to this park. We have seen literally every day that we've been here. 3 days last week, 1 day this week. Like I said, today's Monday. There has been school buses here every single day. So the schools use this as a babysitter for their classes. But anyway, let's keep going. Show you kind of a big step here. A bunch of more steps. And that's how, you know what? Here, before I let you go, let's get right down here, because now I can see what we're heading to. Do you see that down there? Or maybe there might even be a better view right around here. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Here is a view. Do you see that amphitheater down with all the seating? That's where the play Texas is done at. So I have never seen this from this point of view. We've been to that place several times over the years, And that's the stages. Those brown things by the seats, they can push them around, of course, and all of that. But that's where they have the Texas play at every summer. I know this year it goes from June 1st to August the 18th, I believe it is. And the tickets are anywhere from what I saw online, $19.50 to like $33.50, I think. So depending on where you sit at. So it's not cheap, but it is a good play if you've never done it. I would definitely recommend it for that. But this is the view up here you can see. Again, down there, that's the group pavilion building there. And that's the so-called amphitheater. So I think that's where this trail is going to go, and then we'll make our way back. So let's keep going, and I'll show you what else ever we run into. All right, so you can see Ccc Trail, trailhead 1.5 miles straight ahead, and the time is 10:45. We've come down here, been hanging out for a while. We're getting ready to start back. So, like I said, this is an in and out trail. So we've come down one way, now we're going back the other way. I just wanted to show you right here that this little trail marker right here does say Ccc 1.5 miles. Hopefully you should be able to see that. And that this is the pavilion area where the Texas play is held at. So this is the start of the trail. So like I said, what did I say? I think it's a 10:45. So we're going to start back, and it starts going uphill pretty quickly, actually. So since I've showed you pretty much everything, if there's something really exciting to see on the trail or something, obviously I'll bring that to you. But if not, once we get to the very end, I'll close this out and give you a synopsis of time and all that. And then this will close out the trail series. So you see this sign here, says foot traffic only be on this point. So we're heading on up, all the way up through there. So I'll see you at some point. All right, we made it back to the halfway point. You can see the Ccc Trail amphitheater is 3/4 mile that way. This way, Ccc Trail 3/4 mile. It is 11:19 as we speak. Now, according to this time, we got 0.7 miles. You can see that. That's where we came from. This is where we're heading back to. And so it's been an uphill slog, let me tell you, to almost most of this point. Very tough, but we did make it. The wind is there are places, I'm not kidding, the wind's got to be blowing 30-40 miles an hour, and it's calmer now, but it's picking back up a little bit. But we've run into quite some big winds, but it's actually in a way been nice because cooling us down, because it's very hot today. So we'll keep going. I doubt there'll be anything else for me to show you, so once we get to the end, I'll give you the time, and we'll be able to see what it took us to get from where we started to there. I don't even remember the time now. I know it's 11:19 here at the start, right back to the 3/4. We'll see how long it takes us to get back and finish this last 7/10. All right, so see you at the end. All right, I showed you the one bridge when we were going down. When we passed this first, I didn't pay attention to this. You see they got this roped off here with all this orange stuff here. And I was just so busy trying to make sure we was on the right trail. I passed this up. This is actually a second bridge. There's supposed to be 4, but all I'd ever seen is 1 till this one. And my wife had to point this out to me. I didn't even see this one. But you can see the wood there, even like she said, it's just handmade. That's the bridge right there. You can see with the stone. So there are 2 bridges. There's supposed to be 4 on this trail. And I've not seen them, but now I have seen 2. So we've seen 50% of them. But if we happen to see another one, I'll record that for you as well. And we're less than a half a mile back too, by the way. So we're getting this thing knocked out. But more climbing to do here, as you can see. Very rocky, very rough and tumble. And we'll keep going and show you whatever I can.
Is that considered a bridge right there?
No, I don't think so. That's just that's a thing to hold up the path. What she's talking about is these boards right here. You see, it's just made to keep stuff coming off the hill and going down there. So no, not a bridge. All right, let's keep going. All right, you see this right here? We can cross over this one at the 2/10 mile marker. And that is a little bridge, and I mean, it is little. I can't get down anywhere to show you any more than this, but I can stick that out. And hopefully that's coming through pretty good. But you can see the rock and how it's built back to this point right there. So that is the bridge. So that is number 3. All right, let's keep going for 2/10 of a mile. Dude, I just shut it off. Okay, I gotta. Yes, he is. We can't go. We can't go. We can't go. Okay.
It's a rat lane, isn't
It looks like it to me. Yes. So I don't want to get too darn close to him. I don't want to be on photo. We just left the bridge, right there, right here on our path, and I almost stepped on this guy. Look. There's a darn snake right there, and I don't want to get any closer to him than that. But you see him? He's probably, I have to guess, at least 2 foot long, maybe a little bit longer than that. But there he sits. All right, I finally found the stick and I got the snake off the trail, so we finally got to move after about being stuck for 5+ minutes. But anyhow, we think this is probably the 4th bridge. That you can see it's all broken up here. And I mean, it does have a little trail. It goes off right there, comes across it, and goes right there. But we're taking this little one here. So I think this is the 4th bridge that we finally run across. So if you're not hard, looking for these things very, very hard, you will not see them. But yeah, like I said, that snake, he put us behind easily 5+ minutes. So,
video and pictures.
Yeah, I've definitely got video and pictures of him. So, obviously, as you watch this video, you'll have already seen him. So, and you'll know that I literally was within 1 step of stepping on that guy when I saw him, because I was videoing that 2nd bridge, and I turned around as I was walking, shutting off my camera, and I just happened to look down, and I mean, literally, I was 1 step away from him, and boy, I jumped back very fast and very hard. But anyway, we've got to be very close to 1/10 of a mile. But we're still walking on. Looks like some more climbing to do here. And so I'll see you, if nothing else happens, I'll see you at the end of this thing. Alright, we are back. It is 11:40. I just looked at it and already forgot. It's 11:47 right now. And we are back, we are done. Right, here's the car to prove it. So, this is the only trail we're going to do today. We are done with trail walking for this trip. So, I will see you on the next thing. Alright, take care of yourself. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Any comments? If you haven't subscribed, share the video, and get other people to subscribe. Thanks and take care. Bye now.